Have a fun video to share with you, and an exclusive. I'm going to be the first YouTuber to talk about an upcoming game from Plaion for the Atari 2600 and 7800 Plus, as well as original 7800 system. And what I'm talking about is Tiger Heli. And Tiger Heli is being ported to the Atari 7800, and I have a first look at this. It's also going to be announced at the Midwest Gaming Classic, among other games. I'll talk a little bit about that later on in this video, but I'm here to talk to you and share with you a first look about this arcade classic Tiger Heli being ported to the Atari 7800, and it's going to be compatible with the 2600 Plus and 7800 Plus. I'm super excited to share this, and this is a first look, so sit back, relax. Here we go. First, I'd like to show you the original arcade release, and this is a vertically scrolling shooter game developed by Plaion and released in the arcades in 1985. It was published in Japan by Taito and in North America by Romstar. I would love to hear if you played this one back in the day. This was a very popular game, and you know what, it was at the time when there was a lot of military games. And you know, you could blow up houses and different things, not just the enemies. That kind of made this arcade game popular. Had some decent graphics. I remember playing this back in the day and enjoyed this one very much. Well, here is a classic NES port which came out in '86, I do believe, in Japan, and in North America we got it in '87. Now, this port is far from perfect. I think it was a competent port. And I know I remember renting this at a VHS rental store long ago, like many other people. This was an early NES classic. You know, it had a lot of good things going for it. I think it was challenging. The power-ups were cool. You got these mini helicopters and different versions of them. They could shoot forward or to the side, making the game a little bit easier. There's 4 stages, very challenging. And you know what? If you grew up with the NES, you probably remember hearing or seeing this game either in magazines or at a local rental store, such as what I did. Did you remember playing this one back in the day? In the comments, let me know. So here it is. Here is the first look of Tiger Heli for the Atari 7800. This is just a first look. There is an embargo on the review, and that is going to be launching July 18th. And so this is a Plaion game licensed by Plaion and manufactured under the license from Atari. It is developed by Bruno Stutes with pretty much Plaion. And so pretty much this was inspired by some other aftermarket games. And it's really cool to see this running great, by the way, on an Atari 7800. I'm actually playing this via a ROM that was sent to me using a Dragonfly cart, which is out of print, unfortunately. But this is an example of what it's going to look like on the Atari 7800. This is still a work in progress. It's near final, but there'll still be some tweaks from what I hear to the final release. But it looks absolutely fantastic. And you know what? I'm really looking forward to seeing the final release of this, as I think it's an excellent example of how capable the Atari 7800 was. You know, the Atari 7800 did not get the support, as it really struggled against the mammoth of the NES. But you know what? It was a competent system. The aftermarket releases for the Atari 7800 are fantastic. You know, I was honored to be part of a small aftermarket release, Block'em Sock'em, which will be available in the Atari Age store eventually. So yeah, it has everything here from the arcade classic, including, you know, the power-ups, score, really great title screen, as well as gameplay. And to me, this is better than the NES port. And so there's so many comparisons people have done over the years. What's better, NES versus the Atari 7800? It all depends on what game. But if you get competent programmers, you can pull off some amazing stuff with the Atari 7800. And you know, it's nice to see that the Atari 7800 could pull a port of this arcade classic off. And this is just a small example of the amazing things coming for the Atari 7800. Really like that Atari is supporting this console with their new product, the Atari 7800 Plus, as well as the 2600 Plus. And I thought people were going to be interested. They're going to want to see a comparison between the NES and the new Atari 7800 port. So here it is. I captured footage of the NES on an ABS, and so you know, there's slight differences, but I think the color is better on the Atari 7800. Really impressed with that sound as well. They really did a great job capturing the essence of the arcade classic. I'm a big fan of arcade ports that are ported to classic consoles, and to me it just is amazing to see this running so well on a classic Atari 7800. So I also was offered the trailer for this upcoming game, so I'm going to include it with this video, so sit back, relax, and enjoy this. Man, that was so much fun to share this video with you, and stay tuned because July 18th, this game is coming out and it's being offered by Plaion, and super excited to share a first look. This is not a review. This just was a first look, and so a review will be coming as I will get my hands on the physical release, because it's all about the legit physical cartridge where the game is just on the cart and you play it in a classic console. It's so amazing. It is so cool to see that Atari 7800 games are still getting these AAA ports. And you know, this was inspired by some other games, and I'm so happy that they took inspiration and are moving forward with new games. And I am super happy and excited to share this game with you. Now, there's some other amazing 7800 games being offered along with this. Super Circus Atari from Robert De Crescenzo, Avalanche, Countermeasure 2, another one from Robert, and as well as a Dark Chambers reissue. Super happy to announce that. You can check these out at the Midwest Gaming Classic, where these are going to be on hand, and so have fun, enjoy that. Thank you so much for viewing this video. If you like what you see, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button and clicking the bell, as I'm uploading videos every week. You folks are wonderful and beautiful. Let's keep it positive. This is the Immortal John Hancock, and you take care.